What's up, guys? Parker Talks is back. I was thinking about continuing my Jurassic Park and World series and this franchise as a whole for this whole week, so I'm going to make this a Jurassic Park week. And in this video today, we're going to be talking about the 10 most memorable dinosaurs from the whole franchise. Let's get it going. So when I was little, I used to know every dinosaur and literally how to pronounce every name. None of these names are pretty hard to say, except this first one, number 10, we have the Pachycephalosaurus. It's in the first movie that it's in is Jurassic Park: The Lost World, and it also takes place in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Now, I think this is the 10th best dinosaur. It's pretty cool. It can headbutt, just wreak havoc. In Lost World, he just crushes someone against a truck. And in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, the Pachycephalosaurus helps Claire and Owen escape the cell that they're put into, and they try to trick the dinosaur into headbutting the cell, and finally they break out the cell. So it's a pretty cool scene there too. Coming in at number 9, we have the Triceratops. Now, the one I'm mostly looking at is the one from the original Jurassic Park, where it was like instead of CGI, it was like a robot Triceratops. This Triceratops was sick, but in the scene, Alan Grant is seen like trying to protect it, like help it out, and he also like lays on top of it, and while it breathes, he goes up and down on the Triceratops. And you know, a lot of Triceratops are in the other movies as well, but I think that's just a cool scene in and of itself, so I'm looking at that one in general. Coming in at number 8, we have the pterodons, you know, the flying dinosaurs. Now, these guys are in all these movies, basically, but the one I'm looking at the most is from Jurassic Park 3, where they have to go to the shore, and they have to go through this scene, basically, where it's very spooky, and these pterodons come out of nowhere. They take the kid, bring it to their babies and all that, and they have to rescue the kid, the whole crew. It's a really cool scene. These pterodons are pretty crazy. They're pretty freaky as well, especially in this scene. It's one of the better scenes in the movie. And also there's some in other movies as well. Even in Fallen Kingdom, you see the pterodons flying away as a lot of the dinosaurs are going out into the world, which is what I'm looking forward to in the new Jurassic World movie to come, of how these dinosaurs are going to be going out into the real world now. Coming in at number 7, we have the Mosasaurus, which is in the Jurassic World movies. Now, this dinosaur, I would like to call it as a backstage dinosaur. He's not one of the main characters or dinosaurs in the film, but he still brings a large presence in and of itself. Now, in the Jurassic World, the first movie, he's there as basically like a tourist attraction. People are watching them. It's a very cool scene there. And then you have a great moment at the very end of the film where this final battle is happening, and then this Mosasaurus comes in out of nowhere to finish it off, basically. So I think that's one of the cool scenes. But probably the coolest scene is in the Fallen Kingdom, the beginning of that film, which I think is the best part of the movie. You have the Mosasaurus there, and you know it's coming. You know it's gonna happen. The Mosasaurus is still there at Isla Nublar. It's just a really cool scene when these people are trying to visit the island again. And yeah, that's why it comes in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is a fan favorite. We have the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park. Now, even though this guy is only in the film for about like 3 minutes, I guess, and not very long compared to all of these dinosaurs I have on my list, he's amazing. Everybody loves the Dilophosaurus. Such a cute little dinosaur, but then he just becomes like this terrifying dinosaur as he attacks the person trying to take away all the DNA samples and trying to take that into the real world. It's a very funny scene as it's just raining. Everything's going wrong for this guy, and this little Dilophosaurus, he shows up to the mix. It's just a great scene, definitely one of the better scenes in the Jurassic Park franchise. At number 5, we have the Indoraptor, obviously from Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Now, why I have it at number 5, it's a really cool dinosaur. That's why it's really up there. But what I don't like about it is how it's just kind of confined to the mansion for the whole movie. So that's why it's kind of like in the middle. It's a very cool dinosaur, yet it's not in the right place that I think it should be to make the movie even better. Now, this is a terrifying dinosaur combined between the Indominus Rex and a Velociraptor. Very smart, very sneaky, and it like hunts in a different way that you don't see with the other dinosaurs. It like sneaks up on its prey instead of just going straight for it. That's what makes this film really cool with the with the cool scenes in there where it's very spooky and you don't know what's about to happen. Then you have a jump scare. Also, what I don't like is that I feel like the Indoraptor was kind of nerfed a little bit in the film. It felt like it could have done better, or it could have been even stronger than it really is. So that's why I have it kind of like in the middle at number 5. Still a solid dinosaur. Coming in at number 4, we have the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3, as Jurassic Park is trying to have a new top dinosaur in the movie, trying to take over the T-Rex's spot. The Spinosaurus enters this film, and he has a giant battle against the T-Rex, which is very cool. And when you think they haven't gotten away from the Spinosaurus, he keeps coming back every scene. Like you think he's done with the movie. He will come back in the movie. He like comes in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. And in the end, there's a great scene where they utilize it being a Spinosaurus, of him being in the water. They had this great scene at the very end where there's kind of like the whole crew is in this boat and the Spinosaurus is sneaking up on them, and then there's a battle that ensues from there. So I like how they added the Spinosaurus as kind of like the main villain in this film, and yeah, that's why I have it at number 4. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Coming at number 3, we have the Indominus Rex, which is the first genetically modified dinosaur they add to the films, and I feel like this is what they do right compared to the Indoraptor. They do a much better job with the Indominus Rex. Now this guy is terrifying. He's huge. He wreaks havoc. This dinosaur, it feels like, has not been nerfed. He goes after everything. He cannot be stopped, and the only way he can be stopped is this final battle at the very end where everything is going up against him. Now, I really like the Indominus Rex in this film. He brings a like terrifying aspect of the film that you haven't really seen with the other Jurassic Park movies, with this just dinosaur that just can't be stopped. He's just like incredibly strong and quick and all that stuff, and that's what I really like about the Indominus Rex. There's so many great scenes in this movie with him as well. That's definitely what shines in this first Jurassic World movie. Coming in at number 2, we have the T-Rex, which is basically in every film in this franchise as well. I'm just going to quickly go through the movies. First, we have probably the best scene is in Jurassic Park. We have the T-Rex breakout. That's definitely the most iconic T-Rex scene, and I've already kind of like gone over that, but it's an incredible scene where it brings in like all with the rain and the night, making it more spooky with this T-Rex and the kids and the adults trying to get away from this dinosaur. We have in the next movie, in The Lost World, 2 T-Rexes going after this crew in a bus that they are kicking off a cliff. There's so many great scenes that they add with the T-Rex, so many different scenes as well. In Jurassic World, we have the T-Rex coming up against the Indominus Rex to see who's the top dino in this movie, and I've heard it's the same T-Rex from the Jurassic Park film. And also in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, we have this T-Rex that is escaping the island, as all the dinosaurs are escaping this island that is basically blowing up with this volcano, and then we have a great scene in there as well. We have all these T-Rexes have that infamous roar at the very end, either of the movie or of a scene that just defines the Jurassic Park franchises, and the T-Rex is definitely a strong number 2, and definitely a number 1 in many people's minds. But coming in at number 1, I think the most iconic part of the Jurassic Park franchise are the Velociraptors, which are a big part in every single film. I will go through each one in order. First, we have the Jurassic Park film. Those 2 Velociraptors in the kitchen scene, definitely one of my favorites. Definitely probably a top 3 scene of the whole franchise for me. You have those 2 Velociraptors trying to get these people basically this whole second half of this movie, and it's a very cool scene. And then in Jurassic Park The Lost World, we have these Velociraptors attacking this crew of people in this tall hay, and it's a really cool scene where these Velociraptors are jumping out of nowhere. In Jurassic Park 3, we have Velociraptors still going after people this whole time. You think the people have gotten away from these Velociraptors, and they keep coming back as they have stolen these eggs. So these velociraptors are kind of upset. And then the velociraptors just take another step in the Jurassic World movies, which honestly, I've said a lot of good things about these movies. That's probably the best thing of how these velociraptors take even a bigger step, even though they were already a step above the dinosaurs in the first films. In the Jurassic World, we have these velociraptors that Owen Grady is now training, which is really cool. And we have names like Blue, Charlie, Delta, and Echo. And he trains these velociraptors to go after this Indominus Rex, which is very cool. And then, because this Indominus Rex is part velociraptor, it's a part of many things, that's what turns back on them, and then the velociraptors start going after the people. That's a very cool scene as well. It reminds me of the scene from The Lost World. But then finally at the end, we have this giant battle where these velociraptors are back on the team of Owen and his crew. And then in the Fallen Kingdom, we had the Indoraptor, which is, a velociraptor too. And then Blue really steps up in this film as well. And then Blue and the Indoraptor go at it so much in this film as well. I think the velociraptors are definitely the best part of the Jurassic Park franchise, and they're definitely my favorite dinosaurs in there as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, this is only my opinions, and I would love to hear your opinions as well on your favorite dinosaurs in the film. I have to go with Blue as my favorite dinosaur. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.